Yesterday we came into Sutton Harbour, that's in Plymouth, it's right in the centre. There's quite a lot of boats in Plymouth, to say the least, and this is a small harbour. We came past bigger ones. So many right in the centre. And we went over onto the promontory, right in the distance there, to the Royal Citadel. It's a working army base. We weren't able to take any footage, but we had a really fantastic visit. And this morning, it's quite early, we are just getting ready to depart. At the moment it's 20 to 7. Engine's on and we're just about to leave. We're going to the River Yealm near a little place called Newton Ferrers. So the skipper's just setting up the GPS. We've turned all our instruments on. He's plotted a course, so he's just getting that all ready so that when we leave we know exactly where we're going.
Massive course this morning.
Massive. How far are we going? Massive.
6.13 nautical miles.
6.13 nautical miles. We'll be there in an hour. Happy days. So we're now slipped the lines. We're exiting the marina. We have to go quite slow in here. There's not a lot of navigation space, so you wouldn't want to do anything at speed. We are heading this way. You can see the walls over there. There they are on the right hand side of the Royal Citadel where we were yesterday. Fascinating base. It's the site of the commandos. It's really steeped in history, lots of battle guns, but actually didn't do much. Well, a little bit of active service. Got very bombed in the Second World War. Anyway, I digress. We are heading through this lock. So at the moment, this is what it looks like when the lock gates are open. So we can see 3 green lights there up on the right hand side, which means it's clear for us to go through. We've already radioed, so they've got the lock ready for us. There's enough water for it to be free flow, so both parts are open and we can just sail straight through. And on the other side we are in the open sea. It's a beautiful start to what I hope is going to be another wonderful day. So that's it, out we go. Freedom. Our friends from Wakanda managed to get a short stay in here yesterday, but they couldn't fit us in, so we had to pay overnight, and then we managed to pop them on a mooring buoy for the night, so they're going to join us out there. Great views of the Royal Citadel. What I wanted to show you is this fabulous fish sculpture like that. So this breakwater that you can see is actually 3 miles out to sea on the shore. It is, it's a mile long.
And who liked it?
I can't remember who liked it.
Napoleon thought it was a good thing.
Napoleon thought it was a good thing, there you go.
Taken off the prison.
And out here this morning, on our way out, is this beauty. It's a beast, isn't it? Very big. Oh, yeah, look at that. I think he's just coming in. Huge boat. Yeah. Not so easy to see zoomed in. There we go. Our course, fortunately, is not in his way. We're heading this way. You can see Wakanda there. Into the sunshine. And then eventually... Oh, we can't see you. You're out of focus. There we go.
That's probably for the best, lovely.
The skipper's now in focus. Looking very handsome this morning, sir.
Inevitable.
Inevitable. So, as is tradition on Morning Passage, you frighten the skipper to death by putting the camera on and filming him making himself a nice cooked breakfast sandwich.
Oh, this is muesli.
This is muesli. So what's in your muesli sandwich today?
Fresh coconut and I can't think of anything healthy. Grapes.
Maybe a bit of sausage and mushroom. Or that. Oh, lovely. We're just sailing along on the jib. It's very windy, don't know if you can hear me, and that's Wakanda heading into the Yealm. Oh, lovely. We're just sailing along on the jib. It's very windy, don't know if you can hear me, and that's Wakanda heading into the Yealm.
We're just coming into the River Yealm, but you can't actually see the entrance. There's a lot of sand to our left here, which is why we're going around the Red Buoy. But the actual entrance to the river is hidden up there in the trees. It's quite difficult to see into the sun as well, but it's a really beautiful and impressive way to come into a river. So here we are now. The entrance to the river is opening up, and there's someone coming out actually. Such a pretty river.
Well, coming into the Yealm is so busy. There's boats everywhere. I think we're either looking for a mooring or a pontoon. We're looking for ones that are marked to visitors. But it's so busy. I just wasn't expecting this, but it's so pretty. I'm so happy we came in here. Look at this. Fantastic. We made it. We made it onto the River Yealm. It is the prettiest spot. We showed you coming in this morning. Seagull is somewhere over there in the distance. We've come ashore. This is our first time ashore. Lovely landing pontoon. We've got a very pretty harbour office, and the village that Alan's sort of shown you up the river on the left-hand side, round as it comes to the harbour office. That's where we're going. That's Newton Ferris. We're just going to head up the ramp and we'll go and explore.
This is really cool. This is a how do you call a water taxi? So basically, you open it up, great big white sign, very clever. And if he doesn't come, you can call him on the mobile. And then once he's picked, just before he picks you up, you just close it so that he knows he's already got his fare.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
Clever, isn't it? I like it.
Brilliant.
And that's the taxi over there.
We've come to the top of the steps by the harbour and been greeted by a wall of beautiful wildflowers. It's so hot, it's time for ice creams. I've got a lolly. Cheers. Well, this is just stunning. This is the Dolphins pub garden. Who wouldn't want to sit here? It smells wonderful. If you could only smell it, it's gorgeous, isn't it? And this, as Alan turn around, I'm going to walk down, is access to the beach. And down there at the bottom, you can see what they call the Noss. And it's a pathway that's exposed at low water, so you can cross to the village on the other side.
Well, step lively. Here she goes, crossing the Noss. It's easy for you to say. Oh no, it's like the M25. Oh, total gridlock. Don't know what she's going to do.
We seem to have found another entrance to the Noss. This one isn't via the pub. We perhaps should have used this one. That's some pubs, eh? So if we keep going, we're going to end up down there. I don't think that's the right way. But we've spotted this path and there is a public footpath on. So that's the way we're going to go. Here you go, sweetheart. I'll put it on the table. How's the fishing? This is a nice end to the day though. So this is our first night on a mooring ball on the River Yealm, and the sun is just setting. Believe it or not, that is the entrance in. It's quite skinny with a big sandbar, but so worth the effort. Just through the trees down there, you can just about make out our dinghy. We are ashore. We've come onto the opposite bank to where we were yesterday. Here's Alan. We're going to head along this coastal path and see if we can find somewhere to fly our drone. So we are officially at Warren Point. We're going to head to the south coast path. I think we've got to take a zigzag path up here. It is one windy, steep path. We're nearly at the top, but we couldn't help ourselves. This view of Seagull in the centre of the shot just gives you some idea about how beautiful the place that we're in it really is. Look at that. It's serene, it's calm, green, leafy. It's just superb. The view we have been rewarded with was worth that climb. Look at that. This is the entrance where we came in. Looks quite wide, except that the channel is tiny on the left hand side. There's a great big sandbar that crosses most of that. The river winds its way in and it comes all the way along this way. So if we can get our drone up in a minute and see what it looks like from the air. It's an absolutely fantastic feeling. Sitting here, looking out to sea, love it. We were just down below, considering tomorrow morning's passage, and popped up on deck and saw this lovely, lovely sunset. Beautiful colours.
Got on the water.
I know, it looks absolutely wonderful.
There's no wind.
No wind, very still. Tomorrow we're heading to Dartmouth, and we think we're going to take a buoy or perhaps anchor near Dittisham. So that's tomorrow's adventure. Got to get up for a 7 o'clock departure. Well, it's a beautiful blue sky day. We're up, it's 7 o'clock. We've slipped our mooring in, where are we, the River Yealm, and this is our exit out. We're on our way to Dartmouth this morning. Sailing in company still, very much enjoying the company of Wakanda, fantastic people. But yeah, off we go, another adventure. Here we are, coming around the corner of the entrance. You might notice that Wakanda is right over on the left hand side. That's because there is a sandbar underneath here. You can't go straight out the middle. You've got to go all the way over onto that left hand side to find the channel to exit. They're almost out. You can just see the headland as we're coming out. Quite a lot of rocks. We're on a back bearing at the moment, lining up 2 white triangles before we can turn round these to make sure we don't catch anything under the water. But we are going to head that way. On this back bearing to get out, or on the bearing to get in, there's lobster pots. Why put lobster pots on the entrance to somewhere on the bearing that you've got to use? Insane. Well, it's time for our passage breakfast this morning. We've got porridge with lots of fresh fruit in. We're going to enjoy it sat on deck in the sunshine. Just enjoying this. It's very calm this morning. Smooth seas, really no wind. You can just see Wakanda through the spray hood. We've got a beautiful view if we sit on the blue cushion of the coastline as we go along. Very happy with this. It's a lovely, lovely shot of Wakanda. She's just sat beautifully silhouetted by the sun this morning on passage. Love it. We are now helping ourselves to breakfast. So there's the skipper enjoying his porridge. Here's the skipper keeping watch. The day is shaping up rather lovely. It's a little bit hazy, but we're getting some really nice views of the headland here. As you can see, the seas are quite calm, and we're just slipping through the water. There's Wakanda. Salcombe, I think, is in that sort of gap between those 2 headlands, but we're going all the way around the point over there. Here we can see Wakanda. She's a bit more inshore than us, but she's passing an arch just there. I don't think we can see her that well from this angle, but a lovely sea arch. And we're looking up the coast a little bit. One more headland to go around there, I think, and we're heading into Dartmouth. Very nice passage, I have to say. All I can smell is noodles, and it's making me really, really hungry. The skipper's on deck. He's looking for pots. We've got pots underwater. 3 I've spotted so far as we're coming around this headland. You can see the lighthouse over there. Still gloriously smooth. Really enjoying myself today. It just uplifts your spirits being out here. Clears your mind. I always feel really, really happy and really lucky to be out here. I can't believe we're only about a month into our sailing journey this year, and the weather is absolutely glorious. Can't fault it. The coastline is very pretty today. Getting lovely greens from the spring up there. Other boats going around. That one's Wakanda, making her way around the point too.
That in the distance, the lighthouse, is Start Point. We're just coming round Start Point, and then we're going to start heading into the bay for our journey to Dartmouth. And that's Tish looking very happy on the helm. Through the spray hood.
We're just heading for this red can. Just going to go leave that to port on the way in, and then we can start to head in. How exciting. Got a bit of wind picking up, not quite enough in the right direction as usual for sailing. Little white fluffy clouds. Lovely. So you can see now the town opening up. All the houses of Dartmouth in front of us. Quite excited about this. It's been about 20 years since we've been here, probably longer actually, more like 26. And we loved it, and we didn't sail then. We've always had it on our bucket list to come here and sail into this port, so we're pretty excited about this one. So the castles are just becoming a beam of us, just coming into view. Look at that. We actually took a tour around this castle, what was it, about 26 years ago? And we were completely enamoured with it. We really, really loved being here. Loved being in Dartmouth. We bought our eldest when she was just a tiny baby. And this is our sort of return trip. I suspect we're going to get a completely different view of it not having a baby in tow. But it's just full of such happy memories. We really love being here, so really, really excited. Here's the view out to sea. There's Alan, very carefully skippering us in.
Doing the do.
He's doing the do, he says. Turn around. You can see actually we're quite close to shore. It's a relatively narrow entrance. Not scary narrow, but it's deep still. The water's really deep. 12 metres. This is one side of the river, and lots of the houses have got these sort of quaysides of steps coming down from their gardens. There are lots and lots of fortifications along the way. Very interesting. This is Dartmouth in full glorious technicolor. All these lovely brightly coloured houses and the waterfront. Lots of boats whizzing around to keep our wits about us. So we've passed by Kingsbury and Dartmouth. We're heading upriver. We're looking for Dittisham. That's how it's pronounced, I think. It's spelt like Dittisham, so who knows? But we think we're going to mooch on upriver for a little way, around a bend or two, and then hopefully we'll have a nice peaceful spot. So we're upriver, and we've passed a point called Anchorstone. Now I thought this was just going to be a buoy. It isn't. It's a chuffing great big rock. I'm glad we didn't get near that. So I'm filming dinner.
She's filming dinner. Behind every picture of filming dinner is a hungry man, I'll tell you that.
We've arrived, we're absolutely starving, so we're having our dinner now. Well, we've arrived in Dittisham. Or Dittisham, don't know. Here we go. There's a floating pontoon out there we can go to go ashore. Just in the middle of this shot is a pontoon for rubbish. Beautiful houses, they're so pretty. Look at these. That boat's moored very close to the edge. We're on a mooring ball, a white visitor's ball. And you can see the little village there. Apparently there's a post office, a cafe and a pub. And there's some other boats moored up.